Hey everyone, Regal Reviews here. So today is an awesome day for Survivor fans. The official cast for season 37, David versus Goliath, was released today. CBS released the official cast pictures and gave some bios about the current cast, and I believe also Entertainment Weekly also. I mean, a lot of sites have released bios about the current cast. So this is going to be my David versus Goliath cast assessment video, and I'm solely basing this off of the vibe I feel from them, based off of the bios I read on Entertainment Weekly and CBS.com. So I'm going to start with the David tribe, which basically is known as the underdog tribe. So let's see. Carl is 41 and he's a truck driver, and he wants to help his family out, which you see a lot of castaways. You have to feel, it kind of warms your heart when when castaways are in a certain financial situation, they want to be able to give back to their family. And Carl also loves fishing. So, fishing is essential in Survivor. If you're able to start a fire or get fish for your other tribe mates, you're guaranteed at least 3 days on the island. I think because of his fishing skills, I definitely think I see Carl going post-merge. Pat is 40 and he's a maintenance manager. He claims his dad is his hero, and he helped when his mom was confined to a hospital bed. I mean, his story, it broke my heart in a way, because Jeff even said in his assessment video that he's like they kind of based the whole David versus Goliath theme around him, and you kind of just want to root for him to win. Like he said, his family's his motivation in life. I like Pat. I definitely see Pat, as long as he doesn't tell anybody his story, because people might see that and they might say, oh, he's had a sad family life in the past. He's had all these things happen to him, and they may not. Some jury members might look at that and say, oh, he might use that to get sympathy votes at the end, which I think, it's total BS. But I definitely see Pat going post-merge. Christian is 32 and he's a robotics scientist, and he thinks he's an asset to threats because basically I kind of see Christian as like Cochran. Like, he'll be like a strategic mindset. Like, he'll be a noticeable strategic mindset. He'll be he'll be a noticeable strategic threat, whereas some other contestants are strategic, but they don't always show it. You don't always know they're strategic masterminds. And what I found very compelling is that he said he wants to prove that he's more than a diploma and a resume. He wants to show that he's more than that. He wants to show exactly what he's capable of. And also what I thought was interesting is that he invented a computer program to help train his dog. I thought that's amazing he's able to do that. I definitely think he'll be very smart on who he aligns with, and I think he'll be one of the strategic masterminds this season, so I see Christian going post-merge. Bai is a 28-year-old MMA fighter, and she's adaptable because it said that she lived in rural Vietnam until she was 9, so she's able to adapt in certain situations. I definitely think she'll be a powerhouse. I think she'll definitely be a physical threat and will be great in challenges. So if she gets anywhere to the merge. I have a feeling that she's going to be one of the challenge beasts this season. And I don't think the elements of Survivor will really affect her as much as it will on any other people. So I definitely see Bai going post-merge. Elizabeth is 31 and she works as a kitchen staff, and she thinks, she'll be in the provider role around camp, that she'll be able to get along with people easier because she'll be able to talk with people and understand them more. There's something about Elizabeth that's telling me she's going to go pre-merge. I usually like the people like Mama C or like Chrissy, they tend to last longer because they kind of have that survivor mom role, but I don't know. I just don't feel like she's going to go past the merge. Gabby is a 25-year-old writer, and I feel connected to Gabby because I'm a writer myself. And she's seen as, Jeff said that she would be like, I think, not Jeff, but on her players, she's most like Aubrey. So I have a feeling she's going to be a strategic threat, but she's not going to be as noticeable. She's not going to be a noticeable strategic threat like I think Christian will be. So, I think Gabby will be post-merge. Jessica Preet, she's a waitress and she thinks she can win people over and get people to vote for her in the end if she makes it that far. Now, I heard on social media that she had racist comments on one of her pages, so I don't think she's going to be accepting to other people that are on her tribe. I think she's going to be one of those girls that tries to flirt and has a showmance and everything and just ooh and ah over the pretty boy. So I see Jessica going pre-merge because of that. Davey is 30 and he's a social media manager. I really like Davey. He said it says he's a Siberian Husky breeder, and because of that, he knows what you need to do to get people to trust you. And he can fish and will do anything to earn people's trust. And his hobbies are like hiking and swimming. So I think Davey's like the complete survivor package. Like I think he will also be really good in challenges. I definitely think he'll be a very likable guy. Like he'll be so likable that people won't see that he's actually a threat to their game, that he's, I don't know, he's like one of those people that is just like so positive, like doesn't really make enemies of anyone, that he just kind of makes it through the game and then they realize, oh, he's actually a threat to win. So I definitely see Davey going off post-merge, and if not, I definitely see Davey as one of the winners this season. Lursa, I think that's how you say her name, is 36 and she's an airline agent, and she thinks that she'll use contestants' weakness to her advantage, and she said she'll be loyal, but she's not afraid to backstab anyone. I don't know. She's a wild card to me. I don't know where to place her. I think she'll try to make alliances with people, but she might cross people the wrong way. I'm not sure. She's like my wild card pick this season. I don't know exactly where to place her. I definitely feel like if she were to go pre-merge, I think she'd be one of the first people voted out. But I think she wouldn't go post-merge. I think she would, if she doesn't go pre-merge, I think she would be the merge boot. Um, Nick is a 27-year-old public defender, and he's a super fan of season, aren't we all? And he's a first generation college student, and that's inspiring to that'd be inspiring. Oh, sorry, that would definitely be an inspiring story for if he won the game. That'd be inspiring to Survivor fans. I see Nick as one of those in between people. Like, he's not like one of those golden boys, but he's not also the ones that you can't stand. Feel like he'll be in between. I feel like he'll be kind of one of those background characters that you don't hear about until like a few episodes in. Um, I think that Nick is going to go post merge. So that's the David tribe. So let's go on to the Goliaths. Natalia is 25, and she's an industrial engineer, and fitness is her hobby. And what I found very interesting is that she sees herself like Kelly Wentworth, how she was once on the bottom and she had to work her way up to the top, and she ended up placing fourth on Second Chance. I definitely think Natalia will be one of the strong females this season. I definitely see her going far in the game. I am going to place Natalia post merge. Let me see here. Jeremy is an attorney, and he feels like he'll be able to fly under the radar. I didn't really get a good. I don't know. I didn't get a vibe from Jeremy that he would make it post merge. I'm gonna place Jeremy pre merge. Dan is a SWAT officer, and what I found interesting, because he's a SWAT officer, he has to be physically fit, and he lost a lot of weight so he can do that. And what I found funny is that he can't stand lazy people. So like the people that just sit around camp, I have a feeling he's gonna make enemies around camp. I feel like he's gonna be in an alliance very quickly, but I also think he's gonna make enemies out of people, because if he can't stand lazy people, I definitely think he'll let people know it. And you know how people, when like the whole Cole and Ben situation, Ben didn't like Cole's eating habits, and he kind of made that part of his game to get Cole out, and that was kind of what happened in a few episodes. He was just annoyed by Cole, so I feel like that's what's going to happen with Dan. I feel like he's going to annoy people, but I feel like his charm and looks will get him post-merge. Kara is a realtor, and she is a professional cheerleader. So I definitely think that she'll be good in challenges. She'll be able to, because she's a cheerleader, I'm going to assume, she knows how to like balance and all the stuff like that. So I feel like she'll be good in the balancing challenges. So, I don't know if Kara, I did hear about Kara and another cast member. They got into trouble, I think, because they revealed some pictures, so I'm not sure exactly what that means. But I'm going to place Kara pre-merge. Alec, I believe, is the other cast member that got into trouble over some pictures. He's 24 and he's a bartender, and he sees himself as Jay and Malcolm, and I can totally see why, because he looks like he's going to be the quote-unquote golden boy this season. I feel like he's going to be like the fan favorite that everybody oohs and ahs about. So for that reason solely, I'm going to place him post-merge. Angelina is a financial consultant, and she started her own nonprofit to get girls involved in student government at school. And she was the first, let me see here in my notes. She was the first Latina to be elected out of 15,000 plus students student in a student government board, I believe it was. So I think that's impressive, and I think Angelina is going to be... I feel like she's going to be a strong character, but I don't feel like she's going to make any enemies. I feel like she's going to be a likable female character and not fall for like the pretty boys this season. So I feel like she's going to go post-merge. Mike is a filmmaker, and he's very impatient. It said on his bio he's very impatient with bigots. So yeah, can't wait for him to meet Jessica at some point or another. For some reason, I'm thinking Mike will be pre-merge. I think maybe that others will think, by his appearance, they'll think he's a weak link and they'll try to vote him out. Natalie is 56 and she's a CEO, and she, like Dan, also hates lazy people. So I definitely feel like Natalie's gonna rub, like Dan, I feel like she's gonna rub some people the wrong way, and I feel like she's going to be pre-merge because I feel like she's going to annoy people, and she's going to be the person that people try to vote off, but then they just can't, they just end up keeping her on anyway, like that whole Jatia situation and Kagayan, how she was obviously a weak player. I'm not saying that Natalie would be weak necessarily. No, you know what? I think not Jatia. I think a better example is Nayanka, how she was running her mouth all the time and kind of annoying people around camp. That's how I feel like Natalie will be. John is the professional wrestler of the season. And I feel like just by his career, feel like, you know, he's obviously physically fit, so he would do well in challenges, but I feel like because he's a professional wrestler, normally like professional athletes like that don't do well in Survivor, so I am going to place John pre-merge. So, yeah, it definitely looks like it's going to be an interesting season of Survivor. It makes it more interesting with the whole island of... with the whole... the whole David versus Goliath theme. I'm wondering how that's going to work when the swap happens, because then it's really not underdogs and alphas anymore. Yeah, I'll make a separate video showing who I think will win this season. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Survivor. I hope you guys are looking forward to Survivor too. And until next time, stay regal.